Want to recreate those redacted titles from Netflix's The Diplomat? Or just want to highlight some text in your video essay? It's pretty simple, but very effective. Here's how. In this video, I'm looking at a visual technique that feels essential for documentaries, video essays, and even business presentations. To keep things clean and non-destructive, I'll show you how to create a shape layer with trim paths for the mechanics of it. But then I'll add fractal noise and layer styles to make it look like a marker. But if you're in a rush, I've already done the heavy lifting for you. From the link in the description, you can download a preset. There's a text guide too if you prefer that to my voice. Honestly, I use Coffee for sharing these files because it gives me some download stats, unlike Dropbox. It's marked as pay what you want, so free. But if you want to learn a bit more about how this stuff works, then let's get started. First things first, we need an image of our text. You might be using a text layer. This all works too, but if you're grabbing a web page, I like to use the accessibility features to zoom in. And maybe I'll also reduce the width of the browser window. Sometimes I'll also use the developer tools in the browser to remove ads or shorten up an article, so I get the headline and the quoted text in one shot. I just need to move up and down the rendered code, watching for the bits to turn blue, then hit delete. And then I could either use the snipping tool, or I like the Chrome extension and go full page to grab a screenshot. But however you choose to get your image, once you have it, you're ready for After Effects. So here in After Effects, I've got my comp and text layer, and making sure no layer is selected, I'll go to the pen tool and draw a line for my text. Just 2 points. I'm going to use an expression and a point control to make this easy to place. Speaking of which, next I'll go to Effect, Expression Controls, Point Control. And hit enter and rename this to Start. Then I'll go back to Expression Controls and this time choose the Slider control and rename this to Length or End or Highlighty Bit. And set the starting value to 100. And go back again and this time choose Color Control and you can rename that or leave it as is. And actually let's add another slider control. Call this Width and set it to 25. We may as well control all the properties from here. If I now expand my shape layer on the timeline, you can see we have the path, stroke and fill. We're going to use a single line, so go ahead and delete fill 1. Expand stroke 1 and use the pick whip to link the stroke width to the width control. So you'll be able to adjust this depending on the text size. Likewise, while I could just set the stroke color directly, the reason I added a color control is because I'm going to be setting the color for the stroke here, and I'm also going to add a layer style and want to set the color there too. So this way, I'll use the pick whip to link stroke 1's color to the color control color. Now we're going to link the path to our point control, and to do that, we need to take into account where the shape layer is in the comp. So hold down Alt and click on the path stopwatch. Var start pos x, the horizontal value, equals, and pick whip the x property of the point control. Then add minus this comp, capital C, dot width divided by 2, semicolon. Copy this line and paste it underneath. And change the 0 in the square brackets to 1. And change the width to height. This gives us shape layer versions of the x and y coordinates of the point control. So let's combine them into a coordinate array. Var start pos equals square brackets start pos x, comma start pos y, close square brackets, semicolon. Calculating the end pos is even easier. Var end pos x equals start pos x plus and pick whip the length slider. Literally just the starting point plus the length. Var end pos y equals start pos y. Var end pos equals square brackets end pos x, comma end pos y, close squares, semicolon. And so now we have two sets of coordinates. which means we can use the built-in expression createPath. On a new line, createPath brackets points equal square brackets start pos, comma, end pos, close square brackets, close brackets. createPath is the path drawer. You can add in as many coordinates as you like and createPaths will join them up. In this case, it's drawing a line from the starting point to the length you specify. Now, to draw this line on, we're going to use the tiny Add menu to add trim paths. Using the end property, I can shrink and grow the line. So I could keyframe this. But let's make this even easier by adding another expression. Hold Alt and click on the end property stopwatch and type linear, which is a function that goes from one value to another, brackets, time, comma, this layer dot inPoint, comma, this layer dot inPoint plus 2, comma. So get the time the layer appears and use that time plus 2 seconds. 0, 100, close brackets. So when the comp's time is before or at the shape blur start time, set the end to 0, then over 2 seconds increase it to 100, and then stick at 100. Cool. To make this look more organic, like it's from a school marker, go to Effect, Noise and Grain, Fractal Noise. We don't need to do much, just imply an unevenness that you might get from a highlighter. So drop the contrast to 50% and the complexity to 1. And maybe expand Transform and set the scale to 50. At the very bottom of the effects settings, set the blending mode to Screen. But in case you are making a preset and you might not remember, there's one extra step I suggest. Select the color control and hit Enter. This allows you to rename it. So I did this to add a note to set the layer's transfer mode to multiply. That allows you to see the text underneath. Obviously, if you're doing redacted stuff, you wouldn't do that step. It's a little sharp though, so go to Effect, Blur and Sharpen, Fastbox Blur, and add 1 to the blur radius. We're almost done, but let's add a cute extra. To mimic what markers do in the real world, they often leave a darker bit of ink at the start of the line. To copy that, go to Layer, Layer Styles, Inner Shadow. Expand it on the timeline and pick whip the color to the color control. Increase the opacity to 100% and set the angle to 0. Then that's it! With all that done, select the Contents, Effects and Layer Styles, then go to Animation, Save Animation Preset. Then there you go! You're now equipped to redact sensitive intel, or highlight parts of the script that actually make sense. Whether you're making a next-gen political thriller, or just trying to highlight a comment on Reddit, you're good to go. As usual, like and or comment if this helps you. If you get stuck, drop me a line. And if you like this tutorial, I can't wait for you to see the next one. It's all about using an expression